Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. And today, I would like to announce some very, very exciting news. Coinbase, one of the first cryptocurrency platforms to exchange and convert cryptocurrencies, is now going public. Now, some information that you might want to know right off the bat is that this is going public, but through a direct listing, okay? That means it's not giving investors many indications as how private the investor value stock is. Now, some platforms like Yahoo Finance have given Coinbase a $15 billion valuation, okay? A $15 billion valuation. But other platforms have given Coinbase $100 billion evaluation. So these are some of the things that we really need to look at. And I think that will become very, very profitable for you guys to start looking at Coinbase platform, because now it's going into the traditional markets in order for you to invest. Now, we know that we're operating right now in a down market. Okay. In a down market, they have not yet named it a recession or depression, thank God. So hopefully the market can rebound. But with this new platform, on the traditional stock market, can be worth your while to invest in. We need to understand that some other private direct listing like Spotify, Powtar Technologies also went through a direct listing. So, and they've been very, very profitable for investors. So this is something that you guys absolutely need to look at, and we'll get into it right after this. Well, there's a lot to name here, but let's start off. So on February 25th this year, the U.S. cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase filed its public work with the SEC, that's known as the Securities and Exchange Commission, to go public via direct listing, as I stated before. Another strategy that people like Slack, Spotify, and Powtech Technologies to sell shares directly to the public without an intermediary. Now, the company will list its shares on the NASDAQ under the stock ticker COIN, COIN. They're going to be listed on the NASDAQ. Very important to note. Now, Coinbase haven't yet provided an official date for its IPO. And that's why I'm kind of giving you guys a heads up that it's coming and to look out for it. Just as I told you with Powtech Technologies, and you guys made lots of money by listening to me. I'm trying to tell you right here, you're going to have a cryptocurrency platform on a traditional market with the NASDAQ. So again, please look out for this. Now, although existing shareholders, they have the opportunity to sell their shares, their pre-shares of the IPO via the NASDAQ private market. Now, I haven't really talked about the NASDAQ private market because, again, it's private and public investors cannot invest it. So again, I feel like that's, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours sort of thing, but we'll get into that too a little bit later on another video. But some reports have suggested it could be early in 2021. So this year, right? And while it hasn't yet set a share price for its public market debut, shares sold via NASDAQ private markets were most recently valued at $373 a share, giving Coinbase a valuation of about $100 billion. Okay, so I'm glad to see that Coinbase is getting the notoriety as being one of the pioneers of cryptocurrency platforms. And another thing, if you're asking the question, is Coinbase legit? It is 1000% legit. Now, for you guys who are not familiar with Coinbase, the CEO is Brian Armstrong Fred Irizum. I don't know exactly where he's originally from, but Coinbase is out of Silicon Valley in San Francisco, California, and Coinbase actually operates in 32 countries. Okay, So that's really good. And I know that, excuse me, that the answer is, once again, is Coinbase legitimate? Coinbase is a legitimate cryptocurrency exchange and broker. It's high profile investors in a highly regulated location in San Francisco. We understand that Coinbase is very unlikely to run away with your money, the same way you trusted Robinhood, the same way you trusted WeBull and M1 Finance and Stash and Acoins, the same way you can trust Coinbase. Now, we understand that some of the large cryptocurrencies are listed on Coinbase, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Chainlink, Stellar Lumens, etc. So the list is pretty extensive of the amount of coins that are listed on Coinbase. Now, one coin that's not listed on there that Elon Musk and a few other Mensa investors are actually producing and promoting is Dogecoin. Okay, that's the Dogecoin that started off as a joke, supposedly, but also is a faster way of converting and transaction money globally. That's basically what it is. But we need to understand that after Coinbase has gone public, you'll be able to buy and sell its shares on the stock market like any other public company. However, what's unique about this stock is that your investment's potential success is tied to the popularity and trading value of cryptocurrencies. But you won't have to convert your US dollars into cryptocurrencies. Okay, let me say that again. Let me say that one more time. Make sure you're listening to this. That its potential success is tied to the popularity and trading volume of cryptocurrencies, which is located on their platform. Now, we know that digital currency, cryptocurrencies, digital forms of money through the cryptocurrency and blockchain method is already very, very popular. People who were traditional investors who say they would never invest in Bitcoin are now investing in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin alike. So that has already brushed the mold of historic investing on traditional markets. But now I love the way Coinbase, what they're doing. They are a double-sided sword, right? They already cut into the cryptocurrency market as their own platform and essentially their own exchange. Now they're listing their exchange on the traditional markets and still getting more public revenue in order to operate and innovate their business even more so. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, at $373 dollars a share at a valuation of $100 billion, you will make money. And again, for you guys who think, oh man, I don't have $373 to invest in one share. Again, I tell you, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100, just invest the same way I told you to invest in Bitcoin. Now, talking about the trading volumes of the cryptocurrencies, you won't have to convert your US dollars into cryptocurrencies, okay? And that's very important because you're like, oh, I got to convert this. I don't want to do this. I need a digital wallet. I need a ledger, all these cryptocurrency talks. You don't really need that because buying Coinbase could provide a way to participate indirectly into cryptocurrencies. It's like the person selling picks and shovels to the miners. You don't have to be a prospector to make money. You could just be selling the materials to people. Okay. So another question you may have is the future of cryptocurrencies. When you invest in a company, it's a vote of confidence in the company itself, but it also shows you expect demand for its product or service to rise. Now, do you believe there's a future for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and dozens of other alternate coins? Excuse me. That is the question you may have. Is there a future for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and dozens of altcoins? Well, you can ask those Bitcoin millionaires and they will tell you absolutely, positively, yes. Then you have to ask yourself, do you believe cryptocurrency is the future of money? Because that can essentially usher in and open up financial systems around the world. Okay. And that's exactly what Coinbase is doing. And that is what Coinbase have done. And to answer that question for my own personal gain, yes, because this is going to allow third world countries to essentially somewhat on a mid to low tier level to level the playing field when it comes to currency conversion, currency exchange, and also businesses without all the imported, exported tax and embargoes and all these other things that Western worlds can actually sanction them with. Cryptocurrency is very important to national markets because we understand like Western powers like the US, Europe, and even now in some parts of Asia where they have a foothold in continents like South America and also Africa, that they can essentially hold them back from progressing because the way they deal business with, So this is really going to help those continents and a lot of countries around the world to somewhat, not totally, even the playing field when it comes to business and when it comes to currencies. Okay. Now, just as you will want a thorough understand of the renewable energy market before investing, okay, in a renewable energy company, you want to fully wrap your head around cryptocurrencies before investing in a pure play crypto company. And I totally understand that. You want as much information before you go head first inside of any investment. Now, if you believe there's a future for cryptocurrency, the next question is to ask yourself, is whether Coinbase is positioned to capitalize on cryptocurrency's popularity? And the answer to that question for myself is absolutely, positively, 1000% yes. This is where investors might perform a fundamental analysis as they would with any other public company. Studying the company's revenue, earnings, user growth, competition management, and dozens of other factors, this can be a really good choice for you to understand the information that I'm giving you and act on information. See, ladies and gentlemen, what we need to understand is this. Someone can be wise, someone can be very, very intelligent, someone can be very, very smart, but if they do not execute on the information that they have in their head, what are they? They're just a talking piece. They're just talking. Like, what have you done with the information that you're spewing, that you're talking about, that you're going back and forth about? What are the information that you're using? So again, you got to put your money, so to speak, catch 22. You got to put your money where your mouth is. Okay. So if you fully believe in cryptocurrency, you believe in the applications and the value of a decentralized public ledger. That's what I'm talking about, electronic wallet and how people track systems and blah, 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 blah. I don't want to really get into that point. I'm just want to focus on Coinbase IPO. But going back, then you have the confidence in Coinbase, believe it or not, which is itself a centralized company. Now, in addition to the Coinbase app, which I have on my phone, which I have on my desktop, the company does offer its Coinbase wallet separately, okay, which let users store their own cryptocurrencies and explore a decentralized application. Now, however, Coinbase wallet only charges fees to cover the transaction costs it incurs, not the revenue generated per transaction fees of the primary Coinbase app. So when you go on and you buy cryptocurrencies on Coinbase, there is a small nominal fee. When you're cashing out, there's a small nominal fee. And that's why a lot of people I know are moving to Robinhood, but there's a couple of features. And the one main feature to name is converting cryptocurrencies. And I do it all the time because I'm looking at the market, I'm looking at indicators, blah, blah, blah. You know how I get, guys. But nonetheless, I go on there and I say, okay, well, I have $1,000 in Ethereum, but Bitcoin is popping right now. So what I'll do is I can simply convert my Ethereum to Bitcoin, meaning I don't have to sell my Ethereum and then incur taxes and then go in and buy Bitcoin. No, I can simply go from one cryptocurrency to the other without the third step. Okay. Without that third step, like, oh, first I have to go in, let me sell my Ethereum. Now that it's sold, now I have to go and now it's in my available buying power. So that's kind of like the second, intermediary step. And then the third, oh, let me go and buy the rest of Bitcoin. And all that, wow, that time, those seconds, those milliseconds that we're looking at, you're losing money as you're essentially, as I call it, riding the wave of money, right? You're riding the wave. Oh, it's popping. It's up 2%. It's up 3%. It's up 4%. So you're like, oh man, I need to get onto this. And you're waiting for Robinhood. You're waiting for E-Trade. You waiting for Fidelity, all these trading platforms to essentially sell yours. Then you can go back in and buy. Well, with Coinbase, you can simply convert from one cryptocurrency to another. I absolutely enjoy it. Now, when it comes to actually investing in Coinbase, the same rules apply for buying equity in any company. Now, the inherent risks, and you should invest only an amount you can afford to lose. Think about that. And I've said this many, many times. Only invest in stocks with the money you can afford to lose. Don't use your mortgage money. Don't use your utilities money. Don't use your rent money. Don't use your kids going back to school money. Okay. Don't use any of those fees. Use money that you can lose. Now, for some of you guys who like gambling, I would never tell you that investing is gambling, but essentially you can lose like gambling. Okay. So you put it all in and you haven't done your research. You're not looking at analytics. You're not following the trends. You're not following headline news, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then you're gambling because you're not a well-informed investor. See, the thing about gambling is based upon luck, right? But investing is built on companies' evaluation, financial markets, CEO, innovation, technology, the list goes on and on, guys. I don't want to bore you here. But moreover, don't invest any cash you might need in the near future, say for at least the next 5 years. I mean, building in this buffer will give you the time to potentially recover from any near-term drops in the stock price. Always, always, always think long-term. But if you want to be risky, think short-term. You can make money there too, but understand your risk is higher, the volatility is higher, and your chances of losing is higher. How do I know? Because I'm losing right now, because the same information I'm telling you I did the exact opposite, and I'm spanking my own ass on this one, I can tell you. Now, lastly, if you yet to start a long-term, index fund, I always tell you guys, this is the hallmark. This is the base. This is the platform. This is the foundation of all your investment, are long-term index funds and exchange traded funds, also known as ETFs. If you haven't started those index fund base investment plan, most financial advisors, ding, 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 listen, would suggest funding such an investment before diving into the stock of a company that has recently gone public. So again, when you're investing in any stock for that matter, whether it be Coinbase or any other stock has gone public, you need a solid base. You need a solid foundation. Now, I know my real estate buddy, Rod, I would ask him about houses. I say, hey, is that a pier and beam? He said, man, is that the only type of houses you know is pier and beam? It's because when I was looking at property in North Texas, a lot of them was pier and beam. I'm like, I know my house sits on a concrete foundation. Now, the question you have for yourself, does your investments, it doesn't matter the platform, sit on concrete investment? Take a moment, listen. Does your investments sit on concrete investment, or the only investments that you have are individual stocks? That is very, very dangerous, and I would advise that you allocate and you diversify differently. So when people talking about diversification, I know this term is spread across bread like butter. Well, you got to be diversified. Well, diversified in what? Well, I'm in medical stocks, I'm in tech stocks, I'm in transportation stocks, I'm in logistics stock. No. When I'm talking about diversification, I am talking about diversification in a very diversified manner. What I mean is you should have index funds. You should have ETFs. You should have precious metals. You should have real estate. You should have industrial stocks, and you should have tech stocks and medical stocks. But going back, your index, your ETF, and your bonds are the foundation of your total investment portfolio. Can I say that again? Bonds, index funds, ETF funds are the foundation of a solid portfolio. So you investors out there, whether you be novice, intermediary, or advanced, if you don't have that diversification and starting off with the base with bonds, index funds, and ETFs, then you really don't have a solid, diversified investment portfolio. And then once you get that, even within those index funds and those ETFs, because we need to understand very quickly, index and ETF funds are a cluster of funds that are usually operate in the same sector and or industry. Now you can be diversified in your ETF and index funds. And then when you started going to, oh, well, I want to invest in Apple, but I also want to invest in Kellogg's. Okay. Kellogg's is the food company. Okay. That's diversified. But when you say, well, I want to invest in Apple and I want to invest in Amazon, I can see that. You can invest in multiple technology companies because Amazon is a hybrid. Amazon is an e-commerce company and a technology company. But when you start saying, well, I want to invest in Apple and I want to invest in Google and I want to invest in Amazon and I want to invest in Microsoft and I want to invest in Cisco Systems, all of those are technology companies. Now, I tell people when you're first starting off your portfolio, you only want to invest in 4 or 5 individual stocks. Now, when it comes to index and ETFs, you can have a multiple of those because your volatility is low. Your expense ratios are low. That's your operating cost. Your expense ratios, that's very low. So you're not even, being charged essentially to operate and have those stocks in your portfolio. And the great thing about index funds and ETF, they give dividends. So that's very, very important to, your financial portfolio. Now, when you get inside the individual stocks, that is when you start to diversify. Okay, you know what? The tech market is hot right now. So let me do 2 stocks. Let me do two stocks that I know they're performing very well. What's also hot right now? The medical markets with the vaccine, Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson. Do I want to risk it because they've had some adverse effects with some of their vaccines? Unfortunately, people are perishing by taking these vaccines. Do I really want to go there, or do I want to go with another pharmaceutical or biotechnology company that are very, very risky? Let me tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, pharmaceutical companies are very, very risky. So if you're going to invest in those, please watch them at every glance, every look, every turn. Please look at those stocks, okay? But with all that being said, diversification is not you just investing in different stocks. Diversification is you diversifying in different industries, in different sectors. But before you do anything, wear shoes when you go outside. Wear shoes when you go outside. And that's the same thing as saying a house is built on a solid foundation. Make sure you're building up your body. I'm just using all these analogies to get through to some people before, I want to go invest in, I'm going to buy 100 shares. Okay, do you have bonds? No. Okay, you don't have bonds. Okay, cool. No problem. Do you have index funds? No. What is index funds? Oh, do you have ETFs? I don't know. You got to have one of the 3 or all of the 3 to have a solid foundation. Because when the stock market drops, more times than not, index funds and as well as bonds, they perform at a 1-2% ratio. And what that means, while the market is down, you're still making money. That's all that means. So I said all of that to say is, watch out for Coinbase IPO and have a well-diversified portfolio. So all that stuff I said prior, the past 20 minutes, don't even pay attention to it. No, I'm kidding. It was good information. All right, guys, let's see who's in the chat today. We got Lakeisha C. Good morning. We got John Mills. He says, great info. I appreciate that, John Mills. Thank you, sir. Learning every day. Say I needed to hear this. Let's get those likes up. Thank you, Learning Every Day, for once again moderating, my brother. I do appreciate your time and your hard work. And we also have Prime X in the morning today. He says, good morning and thank you. Well, I thank all of you for your continued support of the channel. And for you guys who are new to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share these videos. I do commentary, financial information, whether it be getting out of debt, raising your credit score, how to invest, how to build your emergency funds. And I do anything financial. Also, we got someone from the UK. Welcome. A1 star. Love from the UK. I appreciate that as well for my worldwide listeners. I'm still continue trying to build this platform. I know that I can be a bit edgy, but that's my platform. I'm edgy. I'm straightforward. I'm direct because I just don't give a damn. I want people to live their best life, but we can't go in this panty assing around being nice to people. I'm not, what's the chick's name? Susie Orman. She's kind of direct. I kind of like her style because some people want to be nice to people. Yeah. I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to be super nice, but I'm going to give you the information you need to grow the monies in your pocket so you can live the life that you want to live and how you want to live it. Okay. So this is Financial Literacy 101. Go and invest in Coinbase. I'm going to keep you guys updated on the Coinbase IPO release. And as soon as I find out the IPO release date, just like I did you with Paltech Technologies, you guys will be ready to invest and make some good money. Okay. Now, have a great day. I'm in Brazil, aka Rio de Janeiro, aka Copacabana. And today, hopefully, I'll get some good content. We're going to hit the beach, and I'm going to work out this fat stomach of mine that my lady been feeding me good food. Anyway, Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired, guys. You guys have a great and wonderful day. I'm out.